Ladies and gentlemen, season 6 is officially here, but more than season 6 is coming in season 6. I understand that that makes no sense. But essentially, what I mean by that is season 6 does not just include season 6 content. And trust me, there is a lot of that. But season 6 also includes Call of Duty Next, aka the reveal of multiplayer, probably Warzone as well, the beta for Modern Warfare 3, a haunting event like the Haunting of Verdansk, as well as the campaign early access and the launch of Modern Warfare 3. It's all mixed up in the next 2 months of content. And that is exactly what we are going to be talking about today. Everything that is coming within season 6, including the launch of Modern Warfare 3. And I feel like the best place to start out with this is actually the timeline that they gave us. We're gonna have a quick look at this timeline, and then we're gonna go to all of the individual details of season 6, what is to come with that, and everything in between. But there's a lot here. So it starts out on September 27th, which I believe is next Wednesday. That is the launch of season 6. In a minute, we will have a look at everything that is coming within that as well. Then on October the 5th, that is the Call of Duty Next live stream. That is where we're going to be getting all of the information about Modern Warfare 3, so on and so forth. The very next day is the start of the PlayStation exclusive beta. And then the next weekend after that is the crossplay beta going from the 12th to the 16th. As soon as that is over, literally the day after, we are getting the Haunting event, which is the Halloween event. The Haunting of Verdansk is the one we previously had. We're going to go in depth with what that is later on in this video as well. Then, this is the first time that they've announced this on November the 2nd. That is when we are getting campaign early access. You can play through the entire campaign. Of course, we're going to be covering that in depth on the channel as well. And then November the 10th is the full launch of Modern Warfare 3. So all of that is mixed up in the next 2 months, but there's a lot more than just that. There's a lot of content coming throughout there as well. So let's go back up to the beginning of the blog post and discuss what is exactly coming. So this is kind of the cover for season 6, obviously going with that haunting, the Halloween theme with it. Then they go into the haunting event that arrives in Modern Warfare 2. It says, prepare for frightening thrills, the shambling undead, squad hunts to take down grotesque monsters, and those infamous jump scares as the haunting returns in Call of Duty. Helmuth has opened, spilling unearthly creatures from the underworld, and creeping terror is slowly swallowing all the souls as it infects the entirety of El Mazrah, reaching to the blood-red canals of Vondel and beyond. In other words, this is coming to all of the maps. It's on Vondel. It is on El Mazrah. This is coming across the entire game of Warzone, which is really cool. We have never seen that. Now, it talks about the haunting beginning mid-season, bringing Halloween-themed maps, so on and so forth. As you can see, everything is night-themed here. You have a lot going on. It looks really, really cool. Now, they said that there's going to be more involved in the patch notes, but we're going to go in depth with each individual game, and starting out with Warzone. Okay, we're talking about the haunting, and my light just went out. Kind of creepy. So the way that this is going to work in Warzone is there's the haunting operation Nightmare on El Mazrah. This is coming mid-season. So in other words, I believe it says in here that is the one that starts October 17th. But mission parameters, entities have been detected throughout the AO, and the redacted of each encounter will be referenced on your TAC map. So in other words, you have to go in and do these various different things around the map. A lot here is redacted, but there's things like codenamed the Butcher, obviously involved with Diablo. We'll get in more with that and the crossovers later on, but that's not it. There's also the haunting on Vondel. So in other words, there's going to be a bunch of missions that you have to complete on Vondel as well. And as you can tell by this, it looks absolutely insane. They did an amazing job with this, and I'm looking forward to seeing more so what they do with this event. I'm not going to go too much in depth, but of course, Zombie Royale is also making a return, one of my favorite modes of all time. This one is on El Mazrah and on Vondel, so that should be a lot of fun. Like I said, one of my favorite modes of all time. You get to respawn as a zombie, and if you kill some people as a zombie, you get to come back. Really cool mode. There's also another mode coming mid-season. It's Von Dead Lockdown. And essentially this is on the darkened map. It's on the Halloween map of Vondel. And it's the one that's almost like a hardpoint game. But it's of course on Warzone with your squad. So then we get into the items that are coming with the haunting event. The first one is Captured Souls. We're going to get more into this event that is going on, the soul capture event. Basically, you get a bunch of souls by killing various different things and players, and then you can use those souls to unlock things. We'll get more into that later on. There's a new type of box called a haunted box. They can drop from zombies or be found on the map. I'm assuming the These are going to be the ones that have the jump scares as well. There's something called a Bloodseeker grenade, which seems like a grenade that when you hit someone with it, it highlights them in a thermal vision, making them easier to see. And then, of course, it says the trick or treat jump scares, which always get me literally every single time. So that should be fun. Now, for you DMZ players, the haunting is also coming to DMZ. I think this is going to be really cool and add a lot of content for you guys. And it does say that there are other entities across the map, so that should be pretty cool. Definitely looking forward to that one. Then we get into the Modern Warfare 2 content. This is what we're seeing here. So for this one, we have 4 new maps at launch, 2 core and 2 gunfight maps. So La Casa, this is the map that is a core 6v6 map. It takes place in Las Almas in Mexico, of course. And essentially, it is a luxurious estate. This is the only picture that we can see here, but it looks pretty cool. The other one is called Coro Village. This one is actually from Call of Duty 2. It's Tujain. If you played Call of Duty 2, you will know this map. It, of course, has a huge graphical upgrade, but pretty cool that they're bringing back a COD 2 map. Then we have our gunfight map. This one is King. If you played Modern Warfare 2019, you will definitely recognize this map. And then the next one, the gunfight map, is called Fight. It seems to be very similar to Shoot House. They even call it a Shoot House. So I guess it's just a new version of that, but looks very, very similar. Now, mid-season, there are 2 reskinned maps coming. These are going to be kind of like nighttime Halloween maps. One's called El Asilo, and the other one is Embassy, as you can see here. One's nighttime, one's more Day of the Dead, kind of themed, but look really cool. I wish they did more things like this, like added in night maps to the current rotation of maps and switch them up. It seems like an easy thing to do, but hey. They're also adding a twist to 2 classic modes. Domination is one of them. Basically, the only difference for this one is Domination. There's going to be a scarecrow for the flag. There's also Kill Confirmed and Grind, where instead of dog tag, collect skulls. Pretty straightforward. They also have Drop Zone with drop scares. In other words, this mode is the same as it was before, but sometimes when you pick up those supply drops, they're going to scare you. Then Haunting Infected, it just changes the theme of the zombies. Now we get into the overall. This is where we see the new weapons and everything that is coming along those lines. The first thing that we have is the Soul Capture event. I'm not going to go too much into this one because it's basically like the trophy hunt event that we've seen before. People are going to drop souls when you kill them. You pick them up. You can pick up a limited amount in game. You can do this in Warzone. You can do this in DMZ. You can do this in multiplayer. And then with those souls, you can unlock items in game. There's also going to be daily login rewards, new ranked play rewards as well. And then we get into our 3 new weapons at launch. So the first one is the TR-76 Geist. It is an assault rifle. As far as this one, it is a bullpup assault rifle. It has solid damage and a moderate rate of fire. So in other words, it's one of those assault rifles that is a slow firing, hard hitting weapon. These can be good if you are accurate with them. We also have the ISO 9mm SMG. Basically what they're saying with this one is you move fast with it, it shoots fast, but it doesn't have a lot of range on it. So for up close and personal, this will probably be one of our better weapons. Then we have the dual commas. These are a melee weapon, pretty straightforward. And we also have the Doom chainsaw. It is a chainsaw. That's pretty cool. Now there's also a new tactical and field upgrade. So the first one is the Sound Veil Scream. This is basically a suppression mine that is going to scream when it goes off, or at least that's what I believe is going to happen. And then we have the decoy grenade. And for this one, it sounds like there's going to be zombie noises mixed with the gunfire. So pretty much. After this, Black Cell introduces Valeria. This is a hybrid machine. So this is a robot. So it's pretty cool. I'm interested to see what it actually looks like and how the story fits in, because now we're getting to like Black Ops 4 territory with what's going on here. And we get into our new operators and things like that. Some are licensed, some are not. The first one we have is Al Simmons. This is from Spawn. I'm not too privy with Spawn, so you'll have to inform me down in the comments. This is the one that I do know. This is Spawn himself. This is the tier 0 skin and tier 100 skin in the battle pass. So if you're a fan of Spawn, I have to say, looks pretty good. They did a pretty good job with it. Then we have Burn Spawn. So this is another one of his skins. Looks pretty cool. We also have the Creepy Clown, which is a Fender skin. He looks big, so I don't know how that's going to work. We have the Violator, the Koenig skin. We have the Disruptor, the Soul Crusher Vega skin. This is one of my personal favorites. We have the Nikto Spawn. Again, pretty cool. And we have Gaia, which is a Nova skin. This one looks incredibly different. And then on top of this, we are also getting some new Diablo skins coming as well, including Anarius and Lilith. So if you're a fan of Diablo, you can expect those. We also get into a ton of different bundles. And of course, all of these are going to be featured because of the Halloween and the Haunting event. Some pretty cool stuff here. We also have our final prestiges as well, which is prestige all the way up to 25 to end things out. And that brings us back to our timeline. So that is essentially everything that is coming. It's a pretty full last season, I have to say. With the additions of the Modern Warfare 3 content, there is a lot coming over the next little while, so you're going to want to be subscribed to the channel to stay up to date. I'm curious what you guys are thinking about the haunting and everything going on with that. I'm excited for it. It's my favorite event every single year. They do the best job with it. There's the most changes. There's the most new content. So we'll definitely be checking that out when it comes out. So stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed, have notifications on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and peace out.
We are reaching for the stars.